Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous. Welcome to another meeting of TVholics Anonymous. My name is Ruru and I am a TVholic.
My name is Mimi and I'm a TVholic. Okay, right. So we're going to be talking Valley Persian Style episode 5 today. Okay, let's get started. There are some boring people that didn't really contribute much, like Mercedes this time.
Yeah.
She didn't really do much. There was no storyline for her. She didn't even mention Tommy once, which is her main storyline. So it really amounted to zero.
We didn't even see him in this episode.
That's what I mean. She didn't. That's her storyline. She didn't even mention him. She didn't even bring him. There was nothing to do with Tommy. So, slim pickings for her with the storyline. The only thing with her was that she was like the egg making for Dennis, I guess. The sunny side up.
Yeah.
He was like, "Wow, these eggs are really great," you know. So she was trying to. This is Mercedes, though, don't you think? She tries to go in really hard. She can never go in really hard. She's like, the way she talks is just like very soft. She tried to go in hard at the dinner with him and say like, "You did this to my friend, and I'm not really happy about it." And then the next day, she's like all forgiving, and she's like, they can't hold a grudge, these people.
Very, very true.
And the other thing was that her and Greg decided to call Amir and Natasha the next day because they were like, "Where are they? Where are they? They with their kids. What's the point, you know, of them being here?" Do you remember they called up Amir and Natasha in
drama and beef?
Huh?
They tried to create drama and beef.
Yeah, exactly. They were trying to stir and say like, you know, what's the point in being here if you're not going to be with us? But they tried that and that failed. And then the other thing was that she just made a comment about when they went to the racetrack, like how she used to like love doing things like bungee jumping and skydiving, and now she feels like she's become like a shell of a person. Like she gets scared and she's scared about everything. So
You're talking about Mercedes?
Yeah, Mercedes. She was just saying that like it's shocking that I'm here like doing this driving. And then, by the way, you know, I just want to get this off my chest now that I talked about the driving. Did you see, you know, the instructor person?
Where?
The person that was
Oh yeah.
that was telling them, "Oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and if you just want to follow me, come inside." He looked like Justin from Salt Lake City. Justin.
No.
He really did.
That's a negative.
He did. You don't remember what he looks like?
No, I do know what Justin looks like.
Justin.
Roly-poly bear.
No, from the side profile, like kind of, like not completely, because Justin's like.
But he did try to fat shame Mercedes.
Who? About the potato chips?
Yeah.
Is that what you thought?
Either that.
Oh my god! Okay, no, I'm sorry, I can't give you that. That is reading way too much into it. Try to fat shame her.
Yeah, that's what I took from it.
I didn't see that. Now, Reza Jackson, he was just, you know, trying to be a manho, I guess. He was just trying to. There was that server, Courtney.
Oh yeah.
That he met after that dinner, that the last episode they ended.
I think she was bigger than him.
Huh?
I think she was bigger than him, like taller than him.
Oh yeah, she's taller. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I don't think he cares. So he's
probably like everyone's the same,
and then he decides
same height lying down.
Huh?
Everyone's the same height lying down. He's probably saying.
Yeah, exactly. So he meets her at the bar that night after Dennis comes, and then he invites her back for a Persian night as his date. And I don't know if you heard this moment where he was like at the dinner table at Persian night. He said, "Oh, are we gonna go deep tonight?" And then she said, "Oh, I did go deep." Ugh.
Who?
Does that mean what I think it means? Courtney, that girl.
At the dinner table?
Yeah, Persian night, dinner table. The next day where he invited her back. He invited her as his date. Okay. That's what she said. So I was like, ew, ew, ew. And then obviously Reza Jackson was the whole dramatic. He had the accident, which I knew was not going to be anything, right?
Um,
They made this whole
yeah,
big
I
deal
knew that
about
too.
it. They made this whole big deal about it and like the plume of smoke that came out, but I just knew it was going to be nothing.
Yeah, I knew that too because obviously he's like promoting the show everywhere,
Yeah, yeah. Um,
and they wouldn't have aired it if
but
someone
I
had
wouldn't have known
class.
about Tanine. I would have thought that would be in a lie if someone told me about that, knowing what she's like now as well.
What
Okay.
do you mean? What a lie about what lie about Tanine?
If someone told me, do you know that Tanine, this lady in front of you, had this massive accident and she had these stitches on the side of her head, like she
Oh
was like,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
I
yeah.
would be like, lie. um, okay, so then we go to Greg and Tannen don't really have much. They didn't really have anything between them, but obviously Tannen did with
Wait, do you want
Sky.
to talk about how Greg was disgusting on the table, like yelling at Sky? That was a bit like aggressive and like disgusting.
I don't know how I feel about that situation, how I feel about this situation, because Sky's really irritating me.
Yeah, but it
As a
doesn't mean that man
person,
can
I
talk to
would
her
get
like that.
irritated with her, but I don't. But obviously, because he's a man, he can't be irritated. He has to contain it a bit. But I don't know.
Yeah,
But I'm
it's
just
gross.
irritated by her that I don't know what their friendship's like. They've known each other for so long; they could have like a brother sister relationship. So I don't know.
But with
I don't know. I think she'd be comfortable to shout at him. She is.
yeah, but it should always be like that. Like a man should not be getting aggressive with a woman.
No, but I don't think he was aggressive. I
I
think
think it
he
was
was
quite
like
aggressive
firm. I think he was like, "Why are you like just
and
speak
gross.
your?" He said like, "Stop like bullshitting. Like, say the truth. You can't afford it." And this is probably something that's mounted over time because they've been together. They've known each other for 5, 6 years, and obviously Tannen has held all this back. I still don't understand how she hasn't had fights with Sky before. If this is like the first time on camera that they're having issues, they must have had issues before. So I think it's like I think they're making out that they're really like close, but they are like one of those like love hate relationship type of friends.
Maybe he's like going in hard because he knows about the whole like putting their stuff on the dog
Yeah, that
situation
as well. He
and
does
upset
know.
for his
It's
wife.
Bay's stuff, yeah. But I think also just generally, I think like I mean we'll get to it after, but before that, Sky and Tannen did have that conversation when they were at like in Palm Springs in the house, and they were talking about their communication with their husbands. And Tannen was like, "Do you not feel that? Do you think you can take some responsibility for some of the issues with your relationship?" And Sky was like, "Look, I know I'm a tough person, but basically, like, I feel I have a lot of expectation on myself, so I expect the same from my husband." And Tannen was saying in the confessional that it's difficult. Like, she's just got such high expectations of everyone that she's always going to be disappointed and not be happy with people and complain about them.
Yeah, but this can't be the first time Tannen and her have had a fight.
That's what I keep going back to. Like in the beginning, the first episode, they came across like we've been going on holidays and stuff. How have you been going on holidays with this girl? If this is within like the space of a week, you're like having issues with her. So I need to when they have hopefully they do have a reunion, and I just want to get a bit deeper. Like I want to
I
understand
don't
like
think so. I
is
think
this the first
Andy's
time?
not.
I want Andy to ask like you guys have known each other for like 5 years. Is this
Yeah, but
the
he's not
first time
into
you've ever
having
had
reunions.
issues? Is this the first time you've ever had problems in your relationship? Like,
He's
I'm
too
trying to.
tired to have a reunion.
Okay. But I love it when they keep going back to Bamshad, going like, da da da, you fail, da da da, you fail, you fail, because she's calling him a failure, and then he fails at everything. Did you call up the sky people? Fail. Did you do the roof? Fail. Did you put the clothes away? Fail.
He's also tired.
I might start to do that in my life around people. Did you do this? No, fail. um, and apparently Greg is an adrenaline junkie. Who knew? He like is the slowest
Gross.
person when he was like, Amir, I'm really proud of you for doing like how are you an adrenaline
He's
junkie? I don't see it.
he's unemployed.
Oh, it's like the version of short
He's
man syndrome, isn't he? Isn't it? Like
yeah,
he's got nothing going on for him, so he has to like, I'm gonna race cars now.
yeah. He thinks he
um
looks so cool. Cut your hair.
It's not that, there's a lot that needs to kind of like, there's a few things that need to
Well, we can
change.
start with cutting your hair.
No, so what did you
He looks
think
like a
about?
homeless man.
I didn't know what at first what Tannen meant when she was like giving an example of when Sky is really all about herself. She said at her birthday party she put the presents. I think she was saying she put the presents in Sky's car, and Sky was meant to bring them over to hers. But then when she called Sky, she was like, "No, I can't. Basically, can you just send an Uber?" And it's like, I do obviously like further down. I do see like there is an imbalance. She does obviously. Sky is obviously all a bit selfish. I feel.
All about herself.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. She's always going to have friction with any relationship she has when you do that. Um.
The ego is big.
So I also found it really interesting that Tannen and Greg were like so up for racing, and they don't have any kind of issues with the fact that they had that history of the accident. Like Tannen was like,
I
"I
just
don't
couldn't.
mind being in the car driving, but I don't like it when other people drive." But still, like fast driving is like dangerous,
Yeah, neither of them seem to care.
and neither of them are like affected by that. He's like, "Yeah, yeah, I'm an adrenaline junkie. Like, I really want to like, race cars and stuff." And like, I don't know. He should
He's
have mentioned
cringy
his
and gross.
professional or something about it. I don't know. Um. So then, and then obviously Tannen had that whole conversation with Reza, the stirrer, as Reza Jackson put it. He got his big old wooden spoon out this episode, Reza, to stir some shit. So at Persian night, he could like come out with it all. So Tannen spoke to, obviously, has told Reza about the serum and how Sky put the serum all over her dog, and she felt some kind of way about it. And he was like, "Well,
But
have
he was
you
also
talked to?"
staring.
And he's like,
No, but
"Have
he
you
also
talked
stared
to her
that.
about that?"
No, at the pool he was staring that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. At the pool, he was like,
Oh,
"Have you talked to Sky about that yet?" And Sky and Tannen is like, I think she's just very passive kind of person. She doesn't like confrontation.
yeah.
So I think until this program, she's probably just like either suppressed it or like just dealt. I don't know how she's like dealt with it, but I don't think she wants to confront Sky. I don't think many people generally want to, especially someone who's passive and doesn't want confrontation. You're not gonna confront Sky. So anyway, she has to now because of Reza, and
Mm-hmm.
Reza keeps stirring and was saying to Tannen like, "Oh, Bamshad is just
Evil.
yeah," and he's just saying that I don't know why she keeps making out as though I want to move to Beverly Hills and all this stuff, and she can't afford it, and Bamshad's not saying anything, and we have to deal with all her crap because he's not saying anything to her, you know. So yeah. Then Amir and Natasha. Okay, so
Boring.
when they went out after Dennis came after that dinner, they all went out to that bar.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there was someone who did the splits they showed, and I think it was Amir. But that's just shocking because
Yeah,
I
I
can't
had to
imagine
rewind
doing
that so
splits
many
on the dance
times. I had to
floor.
go back. I rewinded it so many times I still couldn't tell who it was.
I think it
But I
was
think it was
him,
a me.
and I'm just
Yeah,
shocked if it was him because he doesn't seem like the splits on the dance floor kind of person. Like Kyle Richards is Kyle Richards doing splits on the dance floor for a reason. I completely see it, attention-seeking
yeah.
person. But
Yeah.
Amir, no, I don't see it.
No, and I
Um,
didn't like how he also he was on the racetrack he was driving fast, like you've got kids, and recklessly.
that's so okay.
Reckless and fast. Also, I didn't
But
like how he was like, oh, I don't know how involved she wants to be about my wife that died and all that.
yeah, they you know in the bar and stuff, they were like canoodling and like being all lovey dovey a little bit, which was interesting
Yeah,
to see, which was interesting to see. But yeah, so okay, that whole situation again, Reza's kind of like shit staring in his own, trying to be sensitive,
kind of, or is.
fronting as I'm being sensitive way. When Natasha comes in and into the kitchen in Palm Springs, and Mercedes is there and Reza basically is like, "Do you think he still loves his deceased wife?" And she's like, "Well, yeah," because it's not like they broke up. He loved her, and she, passed away. So he obviously still loves her. You don't just switch that off. And she's like, I guess I'm second choice, but I don't know if I should bring it up. I don't know how to bring it up. I would love to talk more about this stuff and my side of the thing, how I feel, but she doesn't feel comfortable because it really is about him, this situation. And then on the other side, this was all planned because literally he goes, do you think he's still in love with, Reza asks, do you think he's still in love with her? And on the other side, Greg's talking to Amir and says, are you still in love with her? So I bet they planned this.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Greg and everyone.
And
Because
also maybe
how could you ask the
producers were
same
like,
question? Or they
yeah, but
talked
maybe
about it
produce.
themselves. I think Reza and Greg must have talked about it amongst themselves and said he must still be in love with her. It must be awkward for Natasha. But anyway, so Greg asked that same question to Amir and said, do you still love your wife? Your ex-wife? Not ex-wife, your deceased wife. And he was like, I can't be in love with her, but I do love her, obviously. It's a weird thing. I don't know. And
Also,
he
it's
wants her
just
to be,
showing
yeah, you're right. It was weird when he said, I want her to, she is supportive, but I want her to be more like, he said she keeps things inside and she's hard to read. And I want
yeah,
her
but
to be like more part of it. Like, it's really awkward for her to be a part of it. What do you want?
it's also
Like,
showing that there's so many cracks in their relationship because they don't really communicate much and they don't really know that much about each other's deep dark thoughts and things like that. Any thoughts
well,
that they have,
specifically this,
this
no,
very
I don't think it's
surface
any
level
thoughts.
relationship.
That's generalized. I think it's to do with this specific topic.
Yeah, but don't you
But when
think
he
it's a
says
very
that,
surface level relationship?
I don't think it's a surface level relationship. I just think with
Mm,
this, they just bury it in the sand. Like, it's just a box that they don't open. Which
very
I
weird.
understand. I understand. I can be like that. I think like hard conversation. I
Yeah,
think
you're a barrier.
I can easily bury it and like
Yeah,
be and move on with the rest of the stuff. But I think also when he says things like she's really passive, like she's really internalizes everything. She's a very difficult person to read. If he means that in general, I find that difficult because I don't want to be with someone who can't read me. I want someone to know when I'm upset. I want someone to know when I'm like irritated. I want someone to know when I'm happy.
that's what I'm saying. That it's not a
Like
good relationship.
that comment was a bit weird. So I don't know if he meant in that situation she's difficult to read, how far she wants to go with it,
And
or
personally, I think she's very stressed out in that relationship. That's why she's got like her OCD's gone wild. So she doesn't seem. I think she feels like she doesn't have control over anything.
yeah.
It's a
Um,
very stressful relationship for her.
well, I mean, I think especially with like the
The
second
past,
being like the second best and feeling like
yeah.
that. Um, oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe this fake
Like it's just what it is,
psychic
you know.
thing
She
gave
would
them
never be
closure.
with him if it wasn't for what happened,
Yeah, yeah.
and
That's what she thinks. That's why
she
she
feels
does.
like she's taken the life of what like the
Yeah,
imposter,
what it
like
was.
she's like the imposter, like she's become
Yeah,
that
imposter
person.
syndrome.
Yeah, is that what it is? Imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, no. It's
Okay.
not. It's not. That's when you feel you're not good enough and you feel like you're an imposter. And yeah, kind of is, kind
What
of
is?
is. Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So then, should we move on to? Do you want to do Sky and Bamshad and then Golnesa? Or I don't know. They kind of cross paths a little bit. Um,
We were doing Sky, so might as well just. I mean, yeah, Sky and Bombshell.
basically, she is just like grating on everyone.
She's very selfish.
Like Reza
She's
got
very
annoyed.
arrogant, and
Reza
she's
got
also
annoyed when she
very.
was like saying like, "Oh, you need to put the cutlery the right way," and telling him what to do. And then, when Gigi was telling Dennis was getting upset because she was like, "I don't know why Dennis isn't taking any accountability for what he's done, and he's really annoying me. I want him to go." And then Sky was just like, "Well, it's your problem. You invited him." Like she was like, "You did this. You brought him here and stuff."
But
And
she's
then
always hated Gigi.
they
You
have
can
like
say,
they've got
yeah,
this thing on the swing. They keep on like getting back together on the swing.
yeah.
Because then Sky was like, "I'll join you for a smoke" at one point, and she was like, "Why do you get so like crazy with it all?" Gigi, and this is when Gornessa was like, "Oh, I've never been allowed to express myself and have my feelings and be upset and stuff." And she's like, I just get angry because no one's allowed me to be in a safe place to be upset." And it's like, the problem is you've been like spoiled your whole life, and people have like literally like thrown things at you so that you'd shut up, and money and stuff. So let's not act like you had a tough childhood.
I, I still think that she has some kind of trauma, and that's why she is the way she is. A bit of it.
Oh,
You know how the
hidden
aggression and stuff. Yeah, hidden trauma.
that we don't know about. Okay.
Yeah, that she's not going
Maybe.
to ever reveal
Yeah, maybe.
because it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, why would her parents just let her be like that as well
You can't change
and just
those. Like
support
you
her?
can't. They're passive. They're very like tame people. What it comes across as. So if naturally they are very, uh, you know, just because you have a kid doesn't mean you're going to be good at it. Like being a parent. I mean, most
Yeah,
people
but
aren't. There's
still,
no correct parenting, and there's no best way of parenting. But if you've got a very strong-willed child,
it is
it's
a
very
wrong way to
easy.
parent
It's
them.
very easy. It's very easy. If you have a passive child naturally, it's easy to manage them. If you have a very strong-willed child and you're not strong-willed yourself, you don't combat each other. You just let them get on with how they are. Then it turns into a problem. So it may not be something very serious, but it's
True.
learned behavior. If it's like I'm going to shout and scream and have a tantrum, and then mommy and daddy will give me what it is, it becomes a bigger problem in adulthood, obviously. So it might not be a big trauma thing. It's probably it might just be like learned behavior, negatively learned behavior. But
Yeah,
then her sister is. Oh, I
not
don't really know about her
well,
sister that much. All we know is about
because
their together.
she's always very quick to anger, and she says that she doesn't know what to do with, like, she never gets upset, but she gets more angry. Like, she doesn't, you know what I mean? Like, she
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
have the right emotions.
yeah. So that's what. So Sky and her are talking about that, and that's what she basically says. Like, I just go straight to violence. But I loved it because she was talking about the turning point for me is when I realized like I got to sort my aggression out and go to therapy and stuff was when she attacked Reza.
Yeah, but
And when
she
they did
really
the
attacked
flashback,
Adam, and Adam was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
"You hurt me."
that yeah, exactly. The flashback of like
Mm.
the flowers all thrown into the air. It was the best.
And then she's
And
like, "I
where's
didn't mean
where's
to."
Sherwin these days? Because they show Sherwin.
Oh yeah, Sherman be swerving. That's what Reza used
Because
to
I
say.
understand why Mike's not on the program, but why? Well, I thought Sherwin is there some issues with him? Because I wouldn't be surprised. I bet he's got some like
There's been
demon,
so much
like some
chatter on the internet
dark stuff going on there.
about Mike,
Yes.
about how
So
he's really bitter that he's not on the show.
oh yeah, I've seen that. But why would you want like you're like a felon, are you not? Like, are you not like some sort of
No,
like
he's not in prison. He's not in prison or
not
anything.
okay, fine. But is he not? So what happened? Those charges got dropped. I didn't get it. You're still no.
Yeah,
No one
his
wants you
rich mother
around
and
it. You were
father.
beating up your wife,
His
girlfriend,
rich mother
whatever.
and father got the charges dropped.
Yeah, but I mean, no one wants to see a wife beater on the TV, on reality TV. That's like giving you a space to like thrive. No one's going
Yeah,
to do that. No one's going to do that.
but I would like
Okay.
to see the downfall of him. So I would like him to
No,
see
I can't. I
him
can't
on
even have him
TV.
on there. I can't have him on there because it literally is like promoting him and like
I'd
I
love to see
can't.
his life
No.
crumble on TV.
It's not going to crumble.
It is crumbling, hopefully.
It's going to thrive if he's on TV. And then he's going to have
Grow.
there are stupid people out that watch it, and then we'll have that. It'll be like a redemption thing. No way, you can't be redeemed from that kind of shit. Um. So okay, so if we just finish off the Golnesa thing, because there's not really much to say apart from she got annoyed with Dennis at the table that night before because he wasn't taking accountability for his actions. Then the next day she got annoyed with everyone else because they were like, why are they being nice to him? Like, I just had problems with him and they're being so nice to him. And are they supporting me or not? And Adam, for some reason, apparently is her bestie. Can you make me understand that? Make it make sense. Apparently they're besties,
Yeah,
Adam and her. Since when?
yeah, because he's just a follower. Like, he follows Reza around, and now he's got Gigi to follow around. He likes strong people, so he can attach himself to them, and then
Okay, that's a good theory.
that's what he does.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I see that. So yeah, and it's better to be like her bestie than an enemy with her for sure. So
You
he's
know,
telling.
Adam is like, I think 41 or something like that, and Reza is like 52 or something. That's
That's
crazy
not
age.
uncommon in like gay relationships.
Something like that. Don't
Like
quote
age
me, I can't
gaps.
remember exactly.
Um. So then Golnesa basically tries to sit down with Dennis and hash it all out, but that doesn't work out. And then she tells him to go pack your things in your. And I think she said pack your belly button. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Go pack your things in your belly button.
Now, that
I was like,
tells me
wow.
there's something really gross about his belly button that we don't know
Honestly,
about.
I was so glad she said that because when he was sat there, just like at that angle and stuff, I was thinking, like, do you think you're hot?
Yeah, I was grossed out.
And the neck rolls. Did you see the neck rolls? I noticed those.
Yeah,
Um.
and
So
the hair, and the hair,
yeah, and there,
all the lack
and
of it.
so yeah, and okay, I feel bad, but anyway, so
Yeah.
she walked away and she said, "Pack your belly button," but he didn't. He stuck around, and then he basically inserted himself with everything, and like, I'm gonna come here with you. I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna stay at the house, and she
Oh yeah,
was
then he
like,
was
I wasn't.
shouting, English, English, please,
Oh yeah, and
when they were
she
talking in Farsi.
yeah yeah because Reza decided to like summarize that night in the form of Sky and saying, this is what Sky's thinking, like, oh, why am I
Yeah.
listening to these people's relationship at my dinner, like, where's my food? But in Persian. But anyway, so
No, but
when they
he'd
were
already
stepped.
left by then. They kicked him out by then, isn't it? Bamshad and
No,
Bamshad
you're
and
getting confused. This isn't, that was the night before when Dennis first came.
oh yeah, okay. Oh, we haven't got to the
So
big showdown
anyway,
yet.
no, so that now I'm just talking about the next day when Gigi was at the pool with Dennis, and she said, "Go pack your things in your belly button and go." But basically, he
Oh
stuck
yeah,
around because he's basically like, "Well, I'm here. No one else wants me to go. That's not your place. You're only here because of her." You know.
yeah.
But eventually, Adam comes and does Gigi's dirty work again, and he goes, he's her little minion. So he goes
But I
and
think,
goes.
listen, I think Gigi is really dumb because she needs this money for her kid, and she doesn't have any money coming in, and she needs to make it work with him so that she can
But that's exactly
have a
what Reza.
business. So
But
stupid.
Reza said that as well. She said, "Oh, Daddy's saying that he's gonna dry up the money's drying up, and so, oh, look who's back in the picture, Dennis, who lives in his £8 million house and has money and comes from like money and stuff. So makes sense, but she's just not very smart about it. Like she's saying in the confessionals, like, I just need my friends to know, like, I'm not happy. I don't want to be in a relationship or be with him or have a friendship. It's just about the business. So just
But she's fumbling the bag
but she's
and fighting
confusing
with him.
things. She's confusing things, and she needs to just say that. And she's just not going about it very smart. Like she needs to be on Dennis's good side if she wants the money.
Yeah, like he's willing to help her. Like no one else is willing to help her.
And just going back to the thing about Gigi being angry all the time and having to like really woosah like all the time and go for a smoke. I worry about like her having a kid because having kids, they frustrate you, and you
Yeah,
can get like
she's
really like
scary.
frustrated. And I think like, how do you if you're like can't handle how do you, or maybe she's different around kids. Like some people actually are like it calms them. I don't know,
Hmm.
but I just think
I get
like, how
calmed
does
by
she
kids.
handle those frustrating moments and those angry moments when that you have with your kids? Like, how do you
She just
talk
goes to smoke.
talk yourself off a ledge? Because
She goes for a
that's
smoke.
she's on the ledge.
Also, I think that she cannot communicate well, or like she was always fighting with Dennis because there's like no brain cells left, and she can't understand that she needs him around, and there's no brain cells left, so she
You've got
just
a real
goes to
issue
him.
with her smoking.
Yeah, her default is fighting.
This is a
That's her default. It's fighting.
yeah. So then, anyway, the big showdown happens at the end where everyone's getting really irritated by Sky complaining all day long in this Palm Springs trip, and Reza's just waiting for the moment, and the moment comes because Gigi says, "Oh my God, Adam's tabbouleh is so good. I think it's Erewhon level." And I was like, okay, I had to
What
Google
is
Erewhon as
Erewhon?
well. I Googled it. Erewhon is a
Shopping place for like
shopping, yeah,
high-end
like
food.
Whole Foods. It's like a grocery store, but it's
Okay.
very high end, organic and all that kind of stuff. So there's like one in Beverly Hills and all the kind of like the fancy places.
Yeah, and so she thinks it's a flex, but it's not really. It's just showing how stupid she is.
So basically, then Gigi says, yeah, I think it's like Erewhon level, his tabbouleh, Adam's tabbouleh, and then they start asking. Apparently Sky loves Erewhon, and that's the only place that she shops. And she's like, yeah, I know everyone. I know the manager. I know this. I know
Oh wait,
that. I know all the stores. And
wait,
yeah,
the
with a flex.
tabbouleh. So
Yeah, tabbouleh.
basically, I think the tabbouleh, he is carrying on about his tabbouleh all the time because I think he wants to come out with a line. I think that's what they're trying to get at of tabbouleh.
But I don't think we talked about this a few episodes ago. What about did we talk about the great idea of like putting nuts in a bag together and selling
Oh
it?
yeah, that's what Reza did.
Anyone can do
Mixed
that.
up.
My house. I'll grab all the nuts and put it in a bag.
But do you remember his other
Myself.
failed business venture, his hair care thing that he paid so much money to
Well,
be a
I
part
mean,
of?
if you're making the nut, I get it. But you're talking about just getting nuts and putting it in a bag and then selling it. And that's just like the stupidest idea.
No, but that's what brands do. But like he thinks he's going to get a deal with like a supermarket. I think Adam's Tabbouleh is more
Oh,
likely to do better.
no, Adam's Tabbouleh. I think push that, sell that, do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Um,
But he won't
but
because
so
Reza's
yeah,
too up himself.
that is obviously why. And maybe
But Reza's too up himself.
to do what?
He'd only want to do his own thing, and not he doesn't want Adam to
He wants
be in the limelight
Adam to
or
be a
successful.
housewife.
Yeah, he does.
We'll see.
Quiet,
We'll
good
see.
little
Well, he does like money,
housewife.
so
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to
money,
spend
money,
it
money,
wisely.
money. Oh no, I don't want to sing that song. That song has
What?
been killed by. Okay, never mind. I'm not even gonna. Let's not
Oh
go down.
no! Oh no!
Let's not go down a political route.
Okay,
Okay,
yeah.
so okay, so then Sky was getting. So basically, Sky was showing off and saying like, "Oh, I only shot there," da 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 da, and then it turned into like she hates the valley. Oh no, Reza boy up. He was like, "Let's not act like you don't walk around with a silver spoon in your mouth and you're part of a royal family or something like that." She's like, "Oh,
Persian
I'm not."
royal family.
She's like, "I'm not a snob," and everyone starts and literally Reza gets out of his seat and is like, and Gigi is
That
like
was so
falling out.
sharp.
Gigi's falling out. So it's like a double act. Gigi falling out of her chair, going, ah! Like, what are you on about? Like,
Yeah,
you are
that's a
not
good TV
snobby.
moment that they made.
Yeah, you are not snobby. What the hell? So yeah, everyone goes a bit crazy with it, and because she was like, it's just that I don't like it because I don't like the food, I don't like the people, I don't like the vibe, and they're like, so you are being snobby, and that's when Greg says, like, what are you trying to say? Like, let's not front that you can go to Beverly Hills and move to Beverly Hills. Like, you can't. What do you think, Bamshad? And Bamshad was like, for me, it's not for now. You know, I don't think it's the right time. And then it's like, uh, it it's not the right time. Stop leading her on. If you say it's not the
Oh,
right time to her, she's taking it as though like, oh, you're being
he
lazy
says he
about
loves a
it,
strong woman.
huh?
He said he loves a strong woman.
Yeah, God knows he's probably getting turned on watching all this with her. I don't know, but anyway,
Gross.
anyway, Reza is just like coming hard at her and is like, you're snobby, and she's saying she's not. And in the middle of this, he was like, well, why don't you ask your friend? Why don't you ask your friend? What happened with her serum line?
Oh yeah,
And
that
then
was dirty. That he did Tannen dirty like that. He just
Tanning was
outed her
like, didn't know where to look. And then Sky was like, okay.
But
But
Reza
Tanning,
always does evil, dirty stuff like that. He brings up other
and
things that people have told him in confidence,
so he was like, what did you do?
and
Yeah.
outs it.
I know. Oh yeah, of
Nasty
course. And
person.
he won't apologize. He should apologize, but he won't apologize later to Tannen. He's just gonna
Yeah,
say,
because he's
"I'm
nasty.
sorry, but she was pushing me and pushing me, and I just had to get it out there." So anyway, he goes, "What did you do with your friend's serum line that she brought out?" And she said, "What do you mean?" And then Sky was like, "I'm really hurt in her confessional that Tannen would go behind my back and talk to someone about it." And then Sky was like, "Well, hold up 1 minute. How much discount do you have from my jewelry line?"
Oh
And I
my
was like,
god,
what is that? Sky is so
that
off
is
her
so gross
rocker.
that she said that.
She's so
So
off her
gross.
rocker. That doesn't even compare. Your friend is trying to start up a business at the beginning level, right? And
She was
you,
supporting her by buying from her.
yeah. I mean, she wasn't even asking you. Tanya wasn't asking you to buy it. She's just like, don't put it on on your dog. That's all she's asking you. For you to like then throw out like, you've got a discount. Like, I give you the best discount of everyone, my family and friends. It's like, oh wow, do me a favor. Like, you've done me such a great favor. She's promoting your business and wearing your jewelry and doing all these things. And let alone she says she spent over thousands. So,
Yeah, that's really
what is that
horrible.
got to do with? It
I
doesn't
hope
make
Tannen
sense.
doesn't go back to her and be. I hope Tannen like realizes this is a crap friend and like divorces her from friendship forever.
Yeah. And then
But she can't because they're on the
basically
show together.
yeah, Gigi, the person who's been chosen to diffuse the situation, I don't know how, because she's not the person to do it, goes up to Sky and says that maybe it's just the way you worded the Valley thing. Like, maybe you should say it's not for me, it's not for me, and da da da. But
This
you
really
guys,
aggravated
you guys
Sky
love it.
because
And then
Sky
Sky,
hates Golnesa.
yeah, so Sky started to be condescending, and then that's when Gigi got up and was like, I'm going to pull your chair out because I think you need to walk away right now because I wasn't getting aggressive until you started to get aggressive with your tone. And then Sky got up, and then it just turned into this, to like this big old fight. And what happened? Let me just see. Basically, she's like, "Oh, you're so disgusting. You're so beneath me." Sky was saying, like, "You're just a piece of shit," basically.
That is so
And then
horrific to say to someone that you're
she
beneath
goes,
me.
"I will drop you." She goes, "I will drop you like I do when I wipe my nose and throw the tissue."
And then she did the action. I love the
The
action that she
action,
did.
yeah. Do it.
Great TV.
Right. Great TV. But if that's not snobby commentary, I don't know what is. Like, I'd rather
Yeah,
you
but she
say
doesn't
like,
understand.
I'd rather you use words like F off and da 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 and other kinds of things than be like, I would throw you on the floor, like I would drop you like the snot, like a tissue that had my snot in it. Like that is a snobby
And she
person's
also
fight words.
no, and she said that she's beneath her.
Yeah, beneath her, yeah.
That's disgusting.
And then I love it when Adam was like, don't speak to my friend like that. Like, oh my god, you are just, what are you going to do, Adam? What are you going to do? And he wouldn't even speak up for his husband like that, let's be honest. But he didn't say anything about Reza when Sky came at Reza and told him to shut the fuck up. But she goes, Reza, shut the fuck up right now. And then Adam said nothing. But when it came to Gigi, he was like,
That's because they're best friends. Also, I didn't think that Adam, controversial take, but Adam and Reza are also happy. I think that it's just for show. I think they hate each other. They've got to the point where they hate each other and they want a divorce. I won't be surprised if they get divorced like next season. What are your thoughts? He doesn't like to be touched by Reza.
That relationship's always on the edge. I mean, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, he's cheated.
I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up after a year of marriage. I wouldn't be surprised if they broke up 6 years after marriage. I wouldn't be surprised, like, ever if they break up.
Yeah.
Like, there's not much holding them together. Don't talk to my friend like that. This is the best. I mean, okay. So anyway, that is where it ended. And Bamshad's just sat there, didn't say nothing in defense of his wife either. So that's going to be a problem. He failed. You failed.
Yeah, but I don't blame him because he's like, hopefully they can. He let them talk because he was like, hopefully they can talk some sense into her.
Yeah, but because look, at the end of the day, these guys are spending dinner and a holiday with her or whatever, but like he has to live with her. Like imagine that coming at you every day as well. I wouldn't want it. Like,
yeah,
his only options are settle with what he has and just shut your mouth, or divorce.
That's what he's done.
And he's not going to divorce. So,
so would you like to
shill on his life to just shut up, huh?
Would you like to do some shilling of our stuff now at the end? Talk about how what people need to do, the socials and everything, and the 5-star.
Oh yeah, like and subscribe to our channel, guys. Give us reviews, comments. We love it all.
5 stars.
5-star, 5-star ratings. Yeah, like and subscribe.
Okay. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.